Hello. I was watching a podcast, okay, and I really realized that some of the stuff said in the podcast really made me contemplate about generation gap, and I think there a downside, like शहरों की बात करें तो like generation gap is like there's hardly any difference honestly because they are the elders, they are really opened, like पढ़े लिखे होते हैं तो दिमाग लाइक काफ़ी तेज़ होता है उनका एंड देर नॉट इवन दैट एक्चुअली कि अब let me rephrase it, okay. uh, it's more like they they are very open, they are very ready to like हाँ मुझे समझना like they come from a point of where like they want to understand stuff. And I think the generations are very much different, whereas like in the podcast in itself, okay, the podcast was with Raghuram, who created Roadies, that bald guy. So I grew up watching Rudy's, and I thought like I should watch the podcast. And while watching the podcast, they started talking about hookups and all, and they were like, hooking up in this generation is very much normal. However, back in the days, as Raghu himself um, phrased, saying that like it wasn't normal. It was more like he had to get into a relationship to get laid. But nowadays, it's not like that. Like getting laid and being in a relationship have become two different things. Back then they were just synonymous, like, but now it's very much different, and it says a lot about the generation. Honestly, I'm not trying to be preachy and all. I mean, I support hookups. Okay, I want to hook, but okay, no, but then again, let's. The thing is, the people in this generation itself, they do not want to marry, as options काफ़ी ज़्यादा हैं, and it's that आज के ज़माने में another thing I have noticed that is um, like getting married is like वो तो छोड़ो अब dating is like even casual, so it's more like you're just seeing one person, but you have on the other hand you're seeing other 15 people as well on Instagram or maybe another Tinder and all. In rural areas you don't see that, obviously we don't have Tinder, we can't use Tinder at all. एंड द थिंग इज़ लाइक काम कर रहे हैं, रात को स्वाइप हो रहा है, अगले दिन घसा. सो it's a very weird thing. And women on the other hand, like obviously rural areas and women are getting judged, like obviously they will get judged because society ही ऐसी है हमारी. And one and it's like fair enough. I think I understand where they come from, and but I do not support though, but I do understand what they're trying to say and what they did, because the woman is always seen in a very sacred lens during the in the whole act of like dating, relationships before marriage, and anything. However we have like काफ़ी उनके खिलाफ, like खिलाफ तो क्या, उनके लिए आवाज़ ही काफ़ी उठाई जा रही है औरतों के लिए. So I don't, but I don't know if like that's valid for a hookup or not. ठीक है, I completely support this everything. And one more thing, okay, I really feel weird as someone like it's very weird, okay, for me as well. I think open relationships, oh god, it's weird. Okay, first of all, these are just I don't know, it's just my opinion that open relationships are just weird. And I don't know if like I would indulge in something like that, because it's more like a very hard spot for me. I would just say no. I would just get out of a relationship rather than being in an open one. So yeah, and how and I just can't believe कि भाई people really like seeing multiple women at a time. And open relationship रख रहे हैं, इसकी आँख है, like you're committed to this one person but you're gonna fuck someone else just because मन कर रहा है, I want to explore. Fuck you, you don't want to explore. You can explore if you're single, okay. If you're committed to someone, think that's like a very fucked up part where, and if both of the parties are like in consent के हाँ जा करके आ किसके साथ भी, but you have to be insane amount of Amir to do that, and I think I would never do that, and I really I'd rather stay out of a relationship than doing that. So just it's just that. And I think older generation were like, just get into a relationship, marry 14-15 साल 40-50 साल साथ में रह रहे हैं, and that's why the relationships are healthy nowadays. We can see each other's body parts online, like swipe कर रहे हैं, लड़कियां दिखा रही है अपना ये वो सब, like nothing wrong with that, okay, मर्जी है अपनी भाई, देखो कमा रहे हैं अपना अपना चला है, but then again you can see that. And bus, that's it. I think that is enough. And the generation gap, पुराने ज़माने में, like, it wasn't that. I'm just like, not trying to compare in any, like, I'm comparing, okay, I'm comparing, but I'm not saying कि ये better है वो better है. It's just, what I observed in any way, and I think through the podcast as well, which I just saw, it's a bit weird act. I don't know. Generation gap, man, chod. Shut up. Let's go.